Hello and welcome to this channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload each day. The Weather Witch. I've always known I was different. I could feel the weather in my bones, the way it swirled and churned around me. I could see the storms coming before anyone else, and I could make them go away if I wanted to. I grew up on the Isle of Wight, a small island off the south coast of England. It's a beautiful place, with rolling hills, lush forests, and a wild coastline. But it's also a place of extremes, with weather that can change in an instant. I first realized my power when I was just a child. I was playing in the woods one day when a storm came out of nowhere. The wind howled and the rain poured down, and I was terrified. But then I closed my eyes and concentrated, and the storm stopped. The clouds parted and the sun came out, and I knew that I had done it. I didn't tell anyone about my power at first. I was afraid that they wouldn't believe me, or that they would think I was crazy. But as I got older, I started to experiment with my power more. I could make it rain, or snow, or hail. I could create windstorms or fog banks. I could even make the sun shine. I used my power to help people at first. I would stop storms from destroying crops, or I would clear away fog so that ships could safely sail. But then I started to use my power for my own gain. I would make it rain on my enemies' crops, or I would create storms to disrupt their businesses. I became a powerful weather witch, and I used my power to get whatever I wanted. But my power came at a price. The more I used it, the more I started to change. I became colder and more ruthless. I lost my empathy for others, and I only cared about myself. I became a monster. One day, I used my power to create a massive storm. The wind howled and the rain poured down, and the sea rose up and crashed against the shore. The storm was so powerful that it destroyed everything in its path. Houses were leveled, cars were flipped over, and people were killed. I watched from my window as the storm raged, and I felt no remorse. I was only filled with satisfaction. I had finally shown the world my power, and I had proven that I was the most powerful being on the island. But the storm also had a dark side. It unleashed something evil into the world, something that had been dormant for centuries. A creature of darkness and chaos, a creature that fed on fear and destruction. The creature came to me, and it offered me a deal. It would give me even more power if I could help it to spread its darkness across the world. I accepted its offer, and I became its servant. Together we unleashed a reign of terror on the Isle of Wight. We created storms that destroyed entire towns, and we unleashed plagues that killed thousands. We brought chaos and destruction to the island, and we turned its people against each other. I became known as the Weather Witch, and I was feared by all. But I didn't care. I was too powerful to be stopped, and I enjoyed the fear and the power that I had. But then, one day, I met a girl who changed everything. Her name was Sarah, and she was the first person who didn't fear me. She saw the good in me, even though I didn't see it myself. She helped me to realize that I didn't have to be a monster, and that I could use my power for good. Sarah gave me hope, and she helped me to break free from the creature's control. Together, we defeated the creature and restored peace to the island. I had finally found redemption, and I was no longer the Weather Witch. But my story doesn't end there. The creature is still out there, and it will never give up its quest for power. I know that I will have to face it again someday, but I am determined to be ready for it. I will use my power to protect the innocent, and I will never let it control me again. I am Holly, the Weather Witch, and I am not afraid. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.